And we welcome you to Elmhurst Field as we get set for Blue Jay Lacrosse. Tonight, it's the Blue Jays 0-1 taking on the Fighting Scots of Monmouth. For Monmouth, it's the season opener for the Fighting Scots. You see the Blue Jays coming out onto the field in their home white. Fighting Scots in the visiting red. Elmhurst 0-1. They lost to Cornell over the weekend. They could muster up just one goal in that ball game, so hoping to get their first win of the season here tonight. Blue Jays averaging 10 goals per game last year. Meanwhile, the Fighting Scots averaged just 7 goals a year ago. Callie Miller, who had the lone goal for the Blue Jays in that loss to Cornell, she will be at midfield for the ground control. And we are just about ready to go here. Aspen Chatterton will take it for Monmouth. In goal for the Blue Jays will be Marissa Vaca. Marissa with 10 saves on Saturday against Cornell. In goal for the Fighting Scots, Caitlin Korf. Last year, she was 2-9. Goals against average, 15.76. She had 122 saves. Save percentage of 42%. And we are just about ready. Stephen Coe, Kristen Rymirzik, and Joe Bruno are your 3 officials for tonight's ball game. And the opening ground control is in the air, and it is controlled. Nobody yet, and now it is controlled by the Fighting Scots. We should mention 2 30-minute halves. It will be a running clock for both halves because of the frigid weather conditions. Game time temperature, by the way, 23 degrees, feels like 11 degrees with the wind chill, so it will be 2 30-minute running clocks here tonight. Opening possession for Monmouth. Turnaround and shooting is Lane Perez, and it's off to the left, but the Fighting Scots will retain possession. The only time that the clock will stop, boy, there's another shot on goal that time by Lane Perez, a 5'5 freshman from Glumbard West, is if a yellow card is issued and there's a pass, and the shot by Amanda Green and the save by Marissa Vaca. So now it'll be the Blue Jays on the attack. Again, the only time they'll stop the clock, yellow cards, timeouts, or if there is a severe enough injury in which they would stop the clock. But other than that, we'll have a 30-minute running clock in the first and second halves of this one. Callie Miller now working behind the cage. Again, she had the only goal for the Blue Jays in their loss on Saturdays. They work it behind the cage now. Lights are on here at Elmhurst Field, not taking full effect until the sun completely goes down in about 40 minutes. Corpus tried to get it inside to Arvanitis. Oh, there's a nice flash by Allie Madden, who turned and fired wide to the right. Blue Jays dressing just 12, so they have no reserves in tonight's game, so they will have to go the distance. Cisneros coming around from behind the cage, shoots and scores. Cisneros gets the first goal of the game for the Blue Jays. Comes with the 27:47 mark of the opening quarter. And the Blue Jays lead for the first time in this game and for the first time this season. Cisneros had 2 goals, or 2 shots, I should say, on Saturday. Had a couple of ground balls, and she gets on the board first here today. 1-0 in favor of the Blue Jays.
Elmhurst goals. We're on the system at number 15, Desiree Cisneros.
And again, it's Chatterton and Miller, and they're going to give the ground control to Elmhurst. So both teams winning at ground control here through the first 2 here tonight. Nice pass, and the shot by Miller is wide to the right. Ball is down on the ground. Scooped up by, well, still trying to get it up now. It is Corpus that gets it for the Blue Jays. Cisneros lost it on the ground, picked up by Monmouth. This is Chatterton. Keep an eye on number 1, Kara Jade Gordon. She's got the ball right now. She had 62 goals last year for the Fighting Scots. She's the leading scorer for Monmouth returning. Second leading scorer coming back is Amanda Green with just 14. Lexi Tibbs with 12 goals for the Fighting Scots. Greta Wetzel, Marissa Fico, the two defensemen starting for the Blue Jays, along with Katie Shinotsky and Gabby Galagos. We mentioned Marissa Vaca in goal. Tackers, Allie Madden, Marie Corpus, Callie Miller, Tessa Sellington. The starting lineup for Allison Brady, the head coach for the Blue Jays. The head coach for Monmouth is Elizabeth Damara in her 3rd season. I mentioned Kara Jade Gordon, a 5'6" junior, the attacker. 62 goals last year, and she comes from behind and knocks it out of Shanotsky's stick. Passes it to Green. Green is going to try to track it down into the corner, and she cannot get it. It will go to the Blue Jays here. We've played 5 minutes in this first half. By the way, the Blue Jays men's team in action today at Aurora University. It's halftime of that game, and the Blue Jays leading by a score of 4-3 in that ball game. High expectations for the men's lacrosse team this season. They're finishing 2nd in the conference last year, 13 wins. Scooping it up is Kaylin Summer for the Fighting Scots. Summer working it on the far side. 1-0 in favor of the Blue Jays. Yaziria Cisneros scoring the goal a couple of minutes ago for the Blue Jays, and it's 1-0 Elmhurst. Ball on the ground, and it's picked up by the Blue Jays. So Monmouth turning it over. Ball is down on the ground, and it's scooped up by Gordon. So the Blue Jays turn it over here. Green on the near side, giving it back to Gordon. Get it to the middle of the field to Perez. And now the Scots work it behind the cage. That's Kaylin Summer. Summer making the move. Lost it. Got it right back. Shoots. And a nice save by Vaca, but she can't hammer it down. And trying for the shot is Gordon. Reset the shot clock, they're asking, it looks like. Gordon coming up with it on the baseline. Passes it to Green. Green kind of went sidearm on that one, right into the webbing of Marissa Vaca, the goalkeeper. Senior out of Woodbridge, Illinois, went to Downers Grove North High School. She gets it up. It is a ground ball, and this one is going to be picked up by Chatterton. Well, she couldn't quite handle it. Miller trying to get it. Still on the ground. And it's finally going to be Corpus in possession. Corpus tries to go cross to Allie Madden, but it goes over her stick, and it's going to go out of bounds to the Fighting Scots. Again, we're playing 2 30-minute running clocks here tonight due to the frigid weather. Here's Gordon in the open field. Passes here to Farrand. Farrand shoots, and another save by Vaca. Mel Farrand with the shot on goal, the 5-foot freshman from Bloomington, Illinois. So Vaca has had a couple of nice saves here in the early going for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst leads it by a score of 1-0. 22 minutes remaining here in this first half. And there's the shot by Kara Jade Gordon, and it is good. So Jordan, as we mentioned, the leading scorer for the Fighting Scots, and she comes up with the goal here to tie the game up at 1. Gordon, a 5'6" junior from Nashville, Tennessee. Give the assist to number 19, Aspen Chatterton. And we are tied at 1. Callie Miller and Aspen Chatterton on the ground control. Each team has won a ground control here. This is the 3rd ground control of the game. Let's see if Miller can get control of this one here for the Blue Jays. There's the whistle, ball up into the air. Miller taps it back, and it's going to be scooped up nicely by Arvanitis, and the Blue Jays get the 2nd ground control. Nice job by Arvanitis to get that ball from the ground. Cisneros, she has the only goal for the Blue Jays here tonight, tied at 1. She goes behind the cage. Trotting to the far side, looking. Now she passes it off to Arvanitis. Arvanitis with the shot, and we're going to have a whistle. Like the whistle was before the shot, so Arvanitis will get a great opportunity here on the restart. Caitlin Korf in goal for the Fighting Scots. Waiting for the whistle. Well, Arvanitis moved a little early, and that's going to cost them. That's a violation, so they will turn the ball over to the Fighting Scots. Larissa a little anxious there, so they turn the ball over here. Tied at 1. Gordon dropped it. Ball on the ground. Gordon trying to pick it back up, but instead it's going to be Greta Wetzel coming up with it. She brings it up ahead, ball down on the ground. Allie Madden scoops it up here for the Blue Jays. Madden guarded by Kyla Baker. And ball's going to go out of bounds to Monmouth. Baker will inbound. Baker tosses it to Farrand. Farrand loses it, and it's going to be Corpus. Almost had it. It goes into the hands now of Gordon. Gordon straight up the middle, and she's going to get cut off. Double teamed. Pass it off here to the wing. Back to Gordon, who can't quite handle it. Ball down. It's scooped up by Perez. Ball on the ground again. Summer trying to control it. Ball still on the ground. Now it's up into the air. Someone trying to get their hands on it, and finally it's Jaredet for the Fighting Scots coming up with it, number 7. Green working behind the cage for Monmouth. We're tied at 1. A little more than halfway through this first half. Gordon on the drive. Nice save by Vaca. We got a whistle here. It's going to be against the Blue Jays, so it'll be Gordon on the restart. She'll have a great opportunity to give the Fighting Scots the lead for the first time tonight. She'll have it on the restart. Go up 1-on-1 against Marissa Vaca. There's the whistle and the shot, and it's going to be a goal for Kara Jade Gordon. So for Gordon, that is her second goal of the first half, and for the first time in this game, the Fighting Scots take the lead.
Monmouth goal scored unassisted by number 1, Kara Jade Gordon.
Unassisted by Kara Jade Gordon, so a couple of unanswered goals here by Monmouth. Miller with the ground control, going up against Chatterton. Fourth ground control of the game. Elmhurst leads in that category 2-1. The ball is up, and this one is controlled by Gordon and Monmouth. So each team with 2 ground controls here in this ball game. Monmouth leading by a score of 2-1. Shot and a goal by Mel Farron as it gets through Vaca. So less than a minute after Gordon scored her second goal, it's Mel Farron getting the goal here for Monmouth.
Monmouth goal scored by number 6, Mel Farron.
And it is now 3-1 in favor of the Fighting Scots. Again, due to the severe weather conditions, the cold, we are having the running clock, 2 30-minute running clocks. There's 16 minutes left here in this first half. Miller and Chatterton on the ground control. Ball gets up, and it is controlled. Nobody yet. Now it's the Fighting Scots. It's Chatterton. So Monmouth with a 3-2 advantage in ground controls here tonight. Ball down on the ground, and it's scooped up by Gordon. Boy, Gordon is just all over the place, getting all the loose balls here. A couple of goals so far for her. This is Summer, number 3 for Monmouth. Farron. Now it's Gordon. Oh, Gordon had a nice pass, but Summer couldn't quite handle it in the crease area. Ball down on the ground. Blue Jays trying, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Monmouth. It should be Blue Jays ball here, and it is. Just under 15 minutes remaining here in this first half. See if the Blue Jays can get a shot on goal here, although the ball is down on the ground. Cisneros has it. And now the ball is down on the ground, and it's picked up. Well, not picked up yet by Monmouth. Ball is still on the ground on the far side. Now it's finally picked up by the Fighting Scots, who lead this one by a score of 3-1. 3 unanswered goals by Monmouths. Cisneros had the first goal 3 minutes into the game, and then 3 goals by the Fighting Scots, and it's 3-1. Monmouth. Ball down on the ground. It's Farron coming up with it. And we're going to have a whistle and a yellow card, I believe. And there it is. And that will stop the clock with 14:04 left to play in the first half. Larissa Arvanitis will take a seat. So on the restart, Farron. Here's Green. Pass and the shot on goal by Farron. Nice save by Vaca. Blue Jays trying to pick up the ground ball here on the near side. And we're going to have a whistle, and the ball is going to go to the Blue Jays. Shanatsky tried to get the ball up ahead. It was deflected, but into the hands now of Miller. Miller in control. She passes it off to Fico. Marissa sprinting past midfield. And she gets the ball down on the ground, trying to pick it back up. However, it's picked up by Chatterton of Monmouth. And now Monmouth on the attack here. They've got a 4-on-3 advantage here. Chatterton with a nice pass to Gordon, and Gordon with the goal. Second combination of Gordon from Chatterton, and it is now 4-1 in favor of the Fighting Scots.
Goal scored by number 1, Kara J. Gordon, assisted by number 19, Aspen Chatterton.
So Gordon with her third goal of the game, Chatterton with her second assist of the first half. And with 12:40 remaining, there is a timeout on the field here, 4-1 in favor of Monmouth. By the way, we did mention the Blue Jays men's team, the lacrosse team, in action today against Aurora University. Hey, congratulations to Zach Harden of the men's team. He was named the CCIW Offensive Player of the Week for his fine performance on Saturday in the Blue Jays' 14-9 win over Hope College. All he did was get 10 points on the day. 9 of the first 10 goals he had a hand in. He had 4 goals and 6 assists in the ball game for a total of 10 points. Congratulations to Zach, the CCIW Offensive Player of the Week, and I got a feeling Zach will have a few more of those honors as this season winds on. He just has to stay healthy. Again, we'll try to get a final on that men's team. They were leading at the half at Aurora University, 4-3. Here on the women's side, well, it was a good start. Yaziria Cisneros, with 27:47 left to play in the first half, got the Blue Jays on the board. It was 1-0 Elmhurst. But then 4 straight goals by the Fighting Scots. 3 of the 4 coming from Kara Jade Gordon, and the other one coming from Mel Farrand. And so that is where we are at here, with 12:40 remaining here in this first half. Monmouth with 10 shots so far in the game. The Blue Jays with just 4. Monmouth with 8 ground balls. The Blue Jays with 4. All right, here we go. Our 5th ground control of the game. Miller and Chatterton. 6th ground control, and it's control. Boy, Gordon just scooped that one right out of the air. 4-2 advantage for Monmouth in the ground controls here tonight. 12.5 minutes left to play here in this first half. It's the Fighting Scots leading by 3, 4-1. Summer couldn't quite handle it, got it on the ground. However, she got it back. Here's Gordon. Gordon to Farrand. Farrand just to the left. Wide to the left. Boy, if you're the Blue Jays, you have to look and see where number 1 is, Kara Jade Gordon, at all times. She came streaking in the crease right there. It was well covered. Amanda Green with the ball now. She fires it inside. Farron couldn't quite get a lot of velocity on that one. Ball is on the ground behind the cage, and it's scooped up by Monmouth. Here's Gordon. Gordon with 3 goals already in this game, and there's going to be a penalty. It's going to be on Cisneros, I believe, so it will be Gordon on the restart. And she will have a chance to get her 4th goal of the game here. Official directing traffic, and now I think we're ready to go. There's the whistle. Gordon is going to pass instead to Amanda Green, and Green is going to get the goal. So Amanda Green gets her first goal of the game. Give the assist to Gordon. And it is now 5-1 in favor of Monmouth. Boy, that was a pretty pass from Gordon to Amanda Green. Green with 14 goals last year for Monmouth, the 2nd leading scorer, coming back behind Gordon. Cisneros on the ground control now for Elmhurst. Cisneros and Chatterton, and Cisneros comes away with it for Elmhurst. So a 4-3 advantage for Monmouth on the ground control so far in this ballgame, as Cisneros goes behind the cage here for the Blue Jays. See if Cisneros can get on the board again here. She fires it into the middle, nobody home, Ball down, and it's picked up by Tessa Sellington for the Blue Jays. Sellington now comes out from behind the cage, curls around, trying to get an angle. It's not there. Instead, she passes it to Cisneros, who picks it up off the ground. Corpus now, and she dropped it. She picked it back up. Corpus looking to get an angle. Now coming into the middle. Flips it over to Kryakopoulos. Petra double teamed. And it's scooped up by Miller. And Miller working behind the cage now for the Blue Jays. Miller coming around. Now she's at the top. Going to the right, nothing there. Working behind the cage, and now she passes it. Ball is down on the ground. Sellington coming up with it, and now it's finally going to be Poirier of Monmouth, and she drops it, and it's going to be Chatterton coming up with it. Now we got a whistle, and the ball is going to go to Monmouth. Chatterton is going to pass it to the goalkeeper, Korf. Korf to Farron. Farron ahead. Here's Green. Green and Gordon. Green cutting to the middle, to the right. Fakes the pass. Now she passes it into the crease, and the ball is down. Ball on the ground, still on the ground. De Wilder comes up with it for Monmouth. And here's Gordon now in the back of the cage. She scoops it up here. Under 8 minutes to play here in this first half. 5 unanswered goals by the Fighting Scots. Monmouth leading it 5-1. De Wilder passes it here to Farrand. In the crease area there is Summer. She got double teamed, so she's going to retreat and get out of there and restart the offense. Farrand. Here's Gordon. Check that. That's number 7. That's Angam Jaradat. And Jaradat with a pass. A nice flash into the crease area by Chatterton. And she couldn't quite come up with it. It is Cisneros sprinting it out to the bottom of your screen there. Cisneros triple teamed as she tried to spin out of it. And they're going to call a foul against Monmouth. Cisneros on the restart. She works it up ahead to Corpus. Marie has an angle. Now she gets to the middle. Lost it, however. And it's going to be scooped up by Monmouth's Kyla Baker, 5'3" junior defenseman. Monmouth now on the attack. 6:24 left to play here in this first half. Again, a running clock because of the frigid temperatures here tonight. Fico cradling it on the sprint. Gets across midfield. Marissa now veers off to the right. Passes it ahead to Corpus. Corpus loses it, and it's now picked up by Sarah Poirier of Monmouth, and she loses control of it. Corpus trying to get the ground ball, and she cannot, and we've got a whistle, and it's going to go to Monmouth. Pass attempt by De Wilder. Got it right back, however. De Wilder still running with it. Works it ahead here to Tibbs. And Lexi Tibbs loses it. And she's going to scoop it up into the corner. Coming up on the 5-minute mark here of this first half. 5-1 in favor of the Fighting Scots. Summer works it behind the cage here. Monmouth coming here to the near side is Tibbs. Into the middle, and it's loose, picked up by Monmouth. Nice pass inside. The shot, Summer, and the ball is still on the ground. It is Chatterton that comes up with it. Chatterton is going to get it to the middle here to Gordon. Farrand. Gordon scoops it up. Now she lost it and picks it right back up. Gordon with a nice pass to Chatterton, who couldn't quite handle it. She's going to pick it up behind the goal. Chatterton tried to get it to Jaradat. Ball scooped up by Farrand. Summer on the attack now. Summer lost control as she was about to shoot it. And the ball is down on the ground. And it is Miller trying to come up with it. It is Miller in possession for the Blue Jays. Miller zigging and zagging. Now she'll set it up here in the point. Miller on the wing, and she'll flip it up top to Arvanitis. Arvanitis walks it forward. Now she makes the move, loses it, ball down on the ground, and it's going to be scooped up by Farrand of, no it isn't, it's shot on goal, and it is a goal here for the Blue Jays. That's going to be Larissa Arvanitis. So Arvanitis gets the second goal of the game for the Blue Jays, and it's 5-2 here with 2:49 remaining. Good job by Larissa picking up the ground ball, turning and shooting the 5'2" sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada. She had an assist in that first game. She got the assist off of Miller's goal in that first game against Cornell on Saturday. So Larissa gets her first goal of the season to make it 5-2 in favor of Monmouth. That was a big goal by Arvanitis, as the Blue Jays now are just within 3 here with 2:49 remaining here in this first half. Other action in the CCIW tonight. Dubuque is at St. Ambrose in a non-conference game. Dubuque, of course, out of the CCIW. St. Mary's is at North Central. Carroll is at Beloit, and Augustana is at Southwestern. Some of the other CCIW teams in action here tonight. We mentioned Allison Brady in her 5th season as the head coach of the Blue Jays. A year ago, the Blue Jays won 5-10. Couldn't quite get a victory in the CCIW. Meanwhile, the Fighting Scots a year ago, 2-14, 1-10 in the MWLC. Elizabeth Damara in her 3rd season as the head coach of the Fighting Scots. So far, the difference has been Kara Jade Gordon. She has had 3 of the 5 goals for Monmouth. 5-2 in favor of the Fighting Scots. That goal by Arvanitis, that stopped a 5-goal barrage by Monmouth. Blue Jays scored the very first goal of this game by Yaziria Cisneros, and then 5 unanswered by the Fighting Scots. They were leading 5-1 until, with 2:59 remaining in the first half, it was Larissa Arvanitis coming up with the goal to make it 5-2. It's going to be the 8th ground control of this game. Cisneros and Chatterton. Monmouth holds a 4-3 advantage in ground controls here tonight. Boy, it'd be nice if the Blue Jays can get this ground control and get another goal and get to within 2 at the half. See what happens here. And ball is scooped up by Fico. Oh, no, it's not. It's going to be Gordon coming out with it. So Monmouth gets that ground control. Again, keep an eye on Gordon. 2.5 minutes remaining here in this first half. Thank you for logging on to BlueJayTV.com. My name is Mark Kruger. Glad to bring you all the action from a very cold Langhorst field. Game time temperature 23 degrees. Shot on goal by Lane Perez. And scooping it up, Vaca, senior goalkeeper, looking for an outlet. Trying to get it to Arvanitis. Arvanitis can't quite handle it, but it is scooped up by Tessa Sellington. Number 17 for the Blue Jays. Under 2 minutes to play here. Sellington loses it. Trying to pick it up is Tibbs. Ball still down on the ground, and it's picked up by Farrand. Losing it is Perez, but Monmouth comes up with it. Jaredet. Monmouth coming up with some loose balls here in this first half. Summer now to the middle. Now they work it to the far side to Gordon. 1:20 to go here in this first half. 5-2. Good contest here. That one is shot no good by Gordon. And Gordon is going to try to race it before it goes out of bounds. She can't quite get it, but it's going to be Monmouth ball here. It'll be Gordon on the restart. Under a minute to go here. Farrand up top. Blue Jays need a stop here. Under a minute to go. Summer out on the right wing. Up top, here's Farrand. She got cut off. She spins around, passes into the crease area, intended for Perez, and it's going to be Wetzel coming up with it for the Blue Jays here. Half a minute remaining here in this first half. Blue Jays trailing by 3. And they lose the ball there, scooped up there by Summer. She can't hold on to it. Ball still down on the ground, and the loose ball picked up by Gordon. Gordon on the sprint now, trying to get the angle. Instead, she goes behind the cage, now passes to Perez, and Perez, well, they're saying no. And that is the end of the first half. I believe they're waving off that goal. So it's still 5-2 in favor of Monmouth, and we are at the half. So we'll take a break, come back for second half action. You are logged on to BlueJayTV.com. And welcome back to Langhorst Field. We are at halftime of the women's lacrosse game between Elmhurst and Monmouth. And Monmouth leading it here at halftime by a score of 5-2. Thank you so much for logging on to BlueJayTV.com. My name is Mark Kruger. The Blue Jays scored the very first goal of the game. Yaziria Cisneros with 27:47 left to play in the first half. The Blue Jays led 1-0, but then 5 unanswered goals by Monmouth. 3 by number 1, their leading scorer, Kara Jade Gordon. Also a goal by number 14, Amanda Green, and number 6, Mel Farrand. It was 5-1 Monmouth, but then with just under 3 minutes to go in the first half, Larissa Arvanitis scored the second goal for the Blue Jays, and so that's where we're at, 5-2 in favor of the Fighting Scots. First half numbers, Monmouth with 16 shots to Elmhurst 5. Shots on goal, the Fighting Scots had 14 in the first half. Elmhurst with just 3. Monmouth with 14 ground balls. Elmhurst with 9. Fighting Scots, 1 save in that first half. Marissa Vaca had 9 first half saves. So she was a busy goalkeeper for the Blue Jays. Clears, Monmouth 6 of 8. Blue Jays 6 of 14. 5-3 advantage for Monmouth in the ground controls. And so now both teams out on, well, the Blue Jays are out on the field. We're waiting for the Fighting Scots. And it is, the second half is going to be just like the first half, 30-minute running clock. The only time that the clock will stop is if there's a yellow card or timeouts or if there is a severe enough injury. But if there is a goal, the clock will continue to roll because of the severe weather conditions. Opening ground control temperature, 23 degrees. With the wind chill, it was like 11 degrees. Winds coming out of the west, about 12 to 15 miles an hour. It is a frigid night in Elmhurst. As a matter of fact, the weekend game for the lacrosse team, they were supposed to play Wartburg on Saturday. That was a makeup game from February 17th against Wartburg. So 2 times now, dates against Wartburg have been postponed. February 17th and now March 2nd. That game will be postponed. So the next game for the Blue Jays will be next Wednesday, March 6th, against Olivet. And the first ground control of the second half is controlled by the Fighting Scots. This is Chatterton. She's been taking all the ground controls for the Fighting Scots in this game. And Monmouth, for them, for the Fighting Scots, this is their season opener. Leading 5-2, just underway here in the second half. My name is Mark Kruger, delighted to bring you all the action. By the way, the Elmhurst men's team playing tonight at Aurora University, and that game just went final. Unfortunately, the Blue Jays came up just a little bit short. They lost by a score of 7-6. They did have a shot on goal with the final seconds of the game winding down, and the AU goalie with the save, and AU comes up with a win, 7-6 over the Blue Jays tonight on the men's side. Cisneros comes out of it here for the Blue Jays. She had a goal in the first half. As a matter of fact, she had the first goal of the game. Arvanitis had the second goal of the game with just under 3 minutes to go in that first half. So it is 5-2 favor of Monmouth. Miller is going to go behind the cage here for the Blue Jays. 90-second shot clock played on the women's side. Of course, right after the 30 minutes expired in the first half, both teams sprinted to get indoors into the locker room to get warm. And again, a 30-minute running clock here in the second half. Get it behind the cage here to Madden. Madden's going to put on the brakes and head back to the far side of the wing area. And well, now again, she's going to come back behind the cage, and now she's going to pass it, and the ball is down on the ground in the crease area, picked up by Corpus, and she loses the ball, and it's going to be picked up by the Fighting Scots. Monmouth in control. They pass it ahead. Two and a half minutes have gone by here in this second half, and we're going to have a whistle and a violation against the Blue Jays, and it's going to be Jaradat on the restart. Monmouth on the bounce, picked up by Poirier. Centered down on the ground, and the ball almost picked up by Gordon. Now Gordon does have control, and she shoots and scores. Gordon gets her 4th goal of the game. It comes at the 27:01 mark of the second half, And it is 6-2 in favor now of the Fighting Scots. Again, goal number 4 for Kara Jade Gordon, the 5'6" junior from Nashville, Tennessee. And so now we will have another ground control here. Monmouth won the opening ground control of the second half. Chatterton and Arvanitis, and it's Chatterton again with the ground control. So Monmouth 2-0 here in the second half on ground controls. Chatterton now in the far wing as she flips it over to Summer. Summer looking for an opening. Instead is going to scoop it to Jaredette, and we're going to have a whistle here. 25:47 remaining here in this game. It is 6-2 in favor of the Fighting Scots. It is going to be Summer on the restart here for the Fighting Scots, number 3. She's at the point. Summer goes to the left, shoots left-handed. Saved by the Blue Jays, and now Elmhurst on the attack. And losing the ball, Arvanitis down on the ground. Scooped up by Gordon. Gordon looking for her 5th goal. Spins out of a double team, and we're going to have a whistle. This one may be against the Blue Jays. Well, they're still trying to figure things out. Oh, is it a yellow card? Official is digging into her pocket, I believe. Yeah, it is a. Katie Shanatsky is coming out of the game, number 20, the 5'7" freshman. She went to Lane Tech High School in Chicago. She's going to come out and explain to Allison Brady just what went on out there. So it's going to be Gordon on the restart. Gordon with 4 goals in this game already. 6-2 in favor of Monmouth. Fighting Scots looking for more. Off the restart, straight ahead and getting the goal. Once again is Gordon. Comes with 24:42 to play here in this second half. Goal number 5 on the night for Kara Jade Gordon. What a night it has been for her. As I mentioned, she had 62 goals last year for Monmouth. She was the leading scorer and the go-to girl for the Fighting Scots. And boy, she has delivered here tonight. 5 goals on the night for Kara Jade Gordon. 3 goals in the first half, and now she just picked up her 2nd goal of the second half, and she picks up the ground ball here. Monmouth 3 for 3 now in ground controls here in the second half. Ball down on the ground, and whistle, and the restart. It will go to the Blue Jays. 7-2 in favor of Monmouth. Season opener for the Fighting Scots. The Blue Jays with a loss to Cornell on Saturday. So the Blue Jays 0-1 coming into this game. Miller, who scored the lone goal in the first game for the Blue Jays. She veers off here to the left, and now she's going to go behind the cage for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst trailing by 5. Miller coming here to the near side, to the near wing area. And now she's going to pass. And shooting is Arvanitis. Larissa with a nice move in the crease area. The Blue Jays, however, get the ball, retain possession of the ball here. Under 23 minutes remaining here in this second half. Ball scooped up by Cryakopoulos. And now it's Madden. Madden with the ball, and she's going to jog now to the... Well, she's going to flip it to Cryakopoulos. She couldn't quite handle it. And the ball is down, and it's finally picked up by Greta Wetzel. Wetzel, she drops it on the ground, but picks it right back up. And Wetzel split a couple of Monmouth defenders, and a foul is going to be called here on the Fighting Scots. So it'll be Greta on the restart here for the Blue Jays. 61 seconds on the 90-second shot clock here for the Blue Jays. Here's Arvanitis. Going behind the cage now. She pops out here on the near side. Oh, check that. That's Cisneros. Cisneros with a shot on goal, and save by Korf of Monmouth. Blue Jays do retain possession, however, behind the cage. 21:20 left to play here in the second half. Again, a running clock due to the cold weather conditions here tonight. Miller into the crease area, shoots down low, and she's going to get the goal. Callie Miller gets the goal for Elmhurst. That is her second goal of the season. She had the lone goal on Saturday against Cornell, and she scores here with just under 21 minutes to play in the second half to get the Blue Jays to within 4, 7-3. Callie Miller, 5'2" sophomore from Naperville, played at Naperville Central High School. Let's see if the Blue Jays can get a ground control here. The first 3 ground controls of the second half were won by Monmouth. You know, a possession here and another Blue Jay goal, and we're within striking distance. But no, it is Chatterton that comes up with it again for Monmouth, and the Fighting Scots are 4 for 4 in draw controls here in this second half, and we're going to have a violation here against the Blue Jays, so it's going to be an opportunity here, great opportunity for the Fighting Scots. It's going to be Amanda Green on the restart. She's going to look for her second goal of the game. Cisneros, number 15, is just to her right. She is going to try to stop the path of Green. And she does, actually, and the ball is down on the ground. Good job by Cisneros. And we're going to have a whistle, and this one is going to go to the Blue Jays here. So a good stop by Elmhurst now, and they trail by just 4. 9:12 remaining. Don't forget, it is a running clock, so possessions are going to be limited and numbered here in the second half. Miller working at number 27 for Elmhurst as she flips it to Arvanitis. Larissa looking to pass. Now she's going to continue to cradle it here for the Blue Jays. Now she passes it inside a crease area, and going down is Cryakopoulos. And we're going to have a whistle. And it's going to go against Monmouth. So Cryakopoulos should have a great opportunity here on the restart. Petra, if she can get this one in the cage, it would just be a 3-goal deficit here. Cryakopoulos, there's the shot, and it's going to be a save. Boy, nice save by Caitlin Korf of Monmouth. That was a huge save. Again, that would have brought the Blue Jays to within 3. But the score remains 7-3, a 4-goal lead for the Fighting Scots. However, it's Cisneros that comes up with it. She's on the near wing here as she's going to jog it behind the cage, it looks like, for the Blue Jays. Again, a great opportunity here for Elmhurst to get to within 3. Still plenty of time. 17 and a half minutes remaining here in this one. Cisneros patiently looking for an opening. Not there, though. Pass intended for Wetzel, and she's going to lose it. The goalkeeper, Korf, out from the goalkeeper's area, and she's going to track down that loose ball for Monmouth. 17 minutes remaining here in the ball game. The Blue Jays trailing by 4. And they can ill afford to give up any more goals. Summer, number 3, trying to find Gordon. Summer, still with the ball here on the wing to the near side. Now is going to pass it to Gordon. Gordon, with the 5 goals in this game, passes it to Poirier, and she misses wide to the right. Green, though, tracks it down for Monmouth. Green centers to Gordon, and a goal. Goal number 6 on the night for Gordon. Give the assist to Amanda Green. And it is now 8-3 in favor of Monmouth, and it's going to be awful tough now for the Blue Jays.
Monmouth goal scorer number 1, Kara Jade Gordon, assisted number 14, Amanda Green.
6th goal of the game for Kara Jade Gordon. She had 3 goals in the first half, and now she's got 3 more goals here in the second half. Monmouth leads it by 5, 8-5. Miller trying to win the ground control here for the Blue Jays. Ball goes up. Miller has got it. As the Blue Jays get this ground control. First win of the second half in ground controls for the Blue Jays. Corpus loses it down. Ball is still loose, and it's picked up by Gordon of Monmouth. Gordon quickly ahead to Perez. Perez got cut off. Veers off to the right, now comes into the middle, shoots. And did it get by Vaca? It did not. It went wide to the left. Monmouth retains possession, however. And that goal is going to be good by Lane Perez. And that goal coming at the 14:49 mark. And that gives Monmouth a 6-goal lead, 9-3.
Monmouth goal scorer number 4, Wayne Perez, assisted number 14, Amanda Green.
Amanda Green getting another assist here. Second straight time Green has gotten the assist for the Fighting Scots, and it is now 9-3 in favor of Monmouth. So the Fighting Scots looking pretty impressive here tonight, looking to get their first win of the season. This is their first game of the season. Greta Wetzel in there on the ground control for the Blue Jays, but it is controlled once again by Chatterton. Chatterton has been impressive on the ground controls, especially here in the second half. Scooped up by Farrand. Farrand here in the near wing. Farrand at the point now gives it to Gordon. Gordon working it around. And now they're going to go behind the cage. Green, well, now she's not. Oh, nice cut by Gordon, and Gordon is going to get another goal and give another assist to Green. Goal number 7 on the night for Gordon. Comes at the 13:07 mark, and it is now 10-3 in favor of Monmouth. Boy, oh boy, Green is piling up the assists here tonight, just like Gordon is piling up the goals. 4 goals in the second half for Gordon. And it is now 10-3 in favor of the Fighting Scots. So the Blue Jays, looks like they will fall to 0-2 on the year. Their next game will be next Wednesday against Olivet. 4:30 will be the opening ground control, and it's Chatterton almost coming up with it again, and officially, yes, she's got it. So another ground control for Monmouth and Chatterton. Chatterton still has it, got cut off, and now they're going to bring it out on top. DeVilder, number 15, zigging and zagging. We're going to have a whistle, and it will be DeVilder on the restart here for Monmouth. Under 12 minutes to play here in the second half. DeVilder will go one-on-one against Marissa Vaca here. As they clear out a couple of Blue Jays. DeVilder will have a pretty good look at this one after the restart. There it is. Oh, instead she's going to pass it up. And ball down on the ground. And it's taken away by Gordon. Ball down on the ground, scooped up by Monmouth. But I really thought DeVilder was going to take the shot on goal. Instead, she decided to pass. And fortunately, Monmouth getting it back. Getting this pass in the crease area, turning and spinning and shooting as Perez wasn't there, but Monmouth retains possession. Ooh, Farron had good look at it, but she took her eye off the ball and missed the pass. Here's Farron. Cross pass and the goal by Perez. Oh, no. Off by Perez. Poirier making the move into the crease area. She lost it. Ball down, and it's picked up by the Blue Jays. So it is 10-3 in favor of Monmouth. Arvanitis, high pass, quickly ahead to Sellentine. Sellington. And she will jog it behind the cage here for the Blue Jays, as we are exactly at the 10-minute mark of this one. 10-3 in favor of the Fighting Scots. Miller with the pass, and shooting the ball that time was Arvanitis. Blue Jays keeping it behind the cage. Madden is going to pass it to the front, but it was down on the ground and it's scooped up by Monmouth. And again, if you missed the final, the men's team played tonight. They were at AU taking on a very good Spartans team, and AU won the game 7-6. The Blue Jays had a shot on goal at the buzzer to perhaps tie the game up, but AU with a save, and the Spartans hold on to win by a score of 7-6 over the Blue Jays men's lacrosse team tonight. Blue Jays with possession here, just under 9 minutes remaining in this one. Spinning is Wetzel. Wetzel gets it ahead to Sellington. Sellington still with possession of it, and she's going to pop out to the far wing area. Toss the ball back up top to Arvanitis. Arvanitis is going to walk it forward just a little bit. Nothing there for her. Looking for someone to pass to. Arvanitis still with the ball, and now she's going to bring it up on top to the point to Kryakopoulos, who lost it, and it goes right into the hands of Gordon. Right into the stick, I should say. So now it's Gordon on the attack here for Monmouth. Gordon with 7 goals tonight. She has been the story for the Fighting Scots. Working it behind the cage now is Gordon. 7:48 remaining in the game. And Gordon is going to pass it to Poirier, and Sarah is going to score. 5'7" freshman from Lombard. Went to Willowbrook High School. She gets the goal here.
Monmouth goal scorer number 17, Sarah Porter, assistant number 1, Treasure Gordon.
Gordon will get the assist. And it is now 11-3 in favor of Monmouth. So Sarah Poirier gets into the scoring column. And now we're going to have a ground control. Now the Blue Jays will go to 0-2, but they played a lot better here tonight than they did on Saturday against Cornell. They will try to improve as they head to a game here at Langhorst Field on Wednesday against Olivet. Again, that is a 4:30 start. Summer down to the feet of Baca, and it actually goes in. Baca, it looked like she had it, but it went past her, and it dribbled into the goal. And it is now 12-3. Well, Monmouth outscoring the Blue Jays here in the second half, 7-1. Remember, at halftime, it was just 5-2 in favor of Monmouth. But boy, the Fighting Scots coming out strong here in the second half and played awful well, winning most of the ground controls. And, of course, no one... Summer getting that goal to make it 12-3, and boy, the big difference, obviously, no one can stop Kara Jade Gordon of Monmouth. 7 goals here tonight. She leads the Fighting Scots as a timeout is taken here with 6:23 remaining in this game. Fighting Scots looking awful impressive here tonight. Again, we mentioned next Wednesday against Olivet. The next game after that will be Sunday, March 10th, when the Blue Jays entertain UW River Falls. That game gets at 1 o'clock on March 10th. Then the Blue Jays will be on the road March 20th at Beloit and March 23rd at Trine before coming back home on March 24th against Johnson and Wales. Open up conference play at Chicago on April 3rd. Their home opener will be April 6th against the Carroll Pioneers. Other home games in the conference will be April 13th against Dubuque, April 17th against the Cardinals of North Central. The Blue Jays will finish the season with 2 road games, April 24th at Carthage and April 27th at Augustana. You are logged on to BlueJayTV.com. My name is Mark Kruger. So glad to bring you all the action here tonight from a frigid Langhorst Field in Elmhurst. Game time temperature 23 degrees with a wind chill. It was like 11 degrees out there, which is why both teams agreed to having a running clock, 2 30-minute running clocks in this game. And both the Blue Jays men's team and the Blue Jays women's team games this weekend got postponed because of the frigid weather. So they'll have to reschedule. And this ground control is going to go out of bounds. It's going to go to the Blue Jays. So Elmhurst wins a ground control here in the second half. See if the Blue Jays can get another goal here before time winds down here. Just under 6 minutes remaining here in the second half. Miller gets bumped. Running this way. Looking for someone to pass to. Still cradling. Now she's going to retreat. Go back the other way. Guarded by Perez, and now we got a whistle. Just a little too tight there was Perez. And on the restart, here's Cisneros. Cisneros has an opening near wing area. And she's going to bring it up top to Miller. 5:15 remaining in this one. Boy, it has to be tough for those players to persevere through this cold weather. Ball is down on the ground. Scooped up by Corpus. Corpus at the point goes down. Now comes back up but loses the ball. Wetzel had it. Ball still loose. Corpus almost had it, and now it's Monmouth that comes away with it, and it's going to be Monmouth ball. On the restart, here come the Fighting Scots. 4:25 remaining in this one, and we'll see how the Fighting Scots play it here, leading by a score of 12-3. Summer got cut off, and she veers off here to the near side, passes it out on top. Chatterton loses it, trying to get it back. She does. Chatterton goes into the crease, curls, shoots and scores. Aspen Chatterton, the 5'6" sophomore from Marshalltown, Iowa, gets a goal here for Monmouth to make it 13-3.
Monmouth goal scored on the assist with number 19, Aspen Chatterton.
So a 10-goal lead here for the Fighting Scots. Normally you would start the running clock now because in women's lacrosse, if you have a 10 or more goal lead, you would start the running clock. But again, because of the frigid temperatures, the game started with a running clock. Coming up on the 3-minute mark of this one. So Monmouth will go to 1-0. The Blue Jays will fall to 0-2 on the season. And the Blue Jays will try to regroup and take on Olivet on Wednesday, March 6th. 4:30 is going to be the start of that one. Here's Tibbs, number 10, holding it on the near side. We're going to have a whistle. And it's going to be Tibbs on the restart. Tibbs dropped it. Tried to get it back, dropped it, trying to scoop it up behind the cage. And she finally does pick it up. Passes out in the front, ball is dropped. Vaca got the save. Now it's tapped around to the far side. It's going to be Chatterton coming up with it in the corner. Chatterton making the move to the middle of the field. Chatterton looking for a second goal. Got knocked down hard. And it's going to be a stoppage of play here. 2:10 remaining. And it'll be Chatterton on the restart. She's looking for a ball. Now it gets thrown in from the sideline. So Chatterton, who scored just a moment ago, looking for her second goal here tonight. Chatterton waiting for the whistle to restart. There it is. Oh, instead she passes, and the ball is down on the ground. Scooped up by Monmouth. Ball still down now on the ground. Battling for it, and we're going to have another whistle. And this one is going to go, it'll be a Monmouth restart, I believe. This time it's going to be Lane Perez. See if she will take the shot on Vaca. There's the whistle, and Perez will not take the shot. Ball down onto the ground. Werner, number 9, has it for Monmouth. Now it's Chatterton. Flips it out on top. And we're going to have another whistle here as De Vilder made the move into the crease area. And the ball is going to get turned over here to the Blue Jays. Just 25 seconds remaining here in this one. Looks like your final score is going to be 13-3 unless the Blue Jays can... Well, it's actually going to be the ball down on the ground. Blue Jays coming up with it. 5 seconds to go. And the ball will be scooped up by the Blue Jays, but that will do it here. Your final score, the Fighting Scots of Monmouth get the road victory, their season opener, as they win it tonight by a score of 13-3 over the Blue Jays, who now fall to 0-2. So that'll do it from Langhorst Field. We thank you so much for logging on to BlueJayTV.com. Again, the final score, Monmouth 13 and Elmhurst 3. This is Mark Kruger. So long, everybody.